Hello, it's me, the ukulele teacher, here to teach you how to play an old ukulele classic, 5'2" and Eyes of Blue. So, grab your uke, make sure it's in tune, and get ready to play 5'2" Eyes of Blue. In case you're not familiar with the song, let me quickly run through just to give you an idea of how it's supposed to sound like. 5'2", eyes of blue, but oh what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, never had no other beaux. Has anybody seen my gal? Now if you run into a 5'2", covered in fur, diamond rings and all those things, bet your life it isn't her. But could she love, could she woo, could she coo? Has anybody seen my girl? These are the chords you'll need for the song. If you already know them, skip ahead now. To play the chord of C, just put your third finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and C should sound like this. To play the chord of E7, just put your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 4th string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And E7 should sound like this. To play the chord of A7, just put your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and A7 should sound like this. To play the chord of D7, just bar the 2nd fret with your 1st finger. That means you push down on all 4 strings at the same time. Then add your 2nd finger to the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And D7 should sound like this. And to play the chord of G7, put your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And G7 should sound like this. Now in fact, the intro and the verse is pretty much just playing through those chords in that order. C to E7 to A7 to D7 to G7. Then you add a C and a G7 at the end. Now this song can get fast and furious, but I'm going to play it fairly slowly for you so you can keep up with me. The strumming pattern that I play is down, down, up, down, up. And I play it with a nice swingy feel. Let me show you on the C. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So let's practice that strumming pattern by playing the intro, nice and slow. And then the first half of the verse is exactly the same as the intro, so let's get straight into it. 5'2", eyes of blue, but oh what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? And then the second half of the verse is exactly the same, but you miss out the G7 at the end. Turned up nose, turned down hose, never had no other beaux. Has anybody seen my gal? Now for the first 3 lines of the chorus, the chords are E7 to A7 to D7. And here you play the strumming pattern twice on each chord, like this. Now if you run into 5'2", covered in fur, diamond rings and all those things. And then the final line of the chorus, the chords are G7 to D7 to G7. And here, I just play 1 sharp downstroke on each chord, like this. Bet your life it isn't her. And then you go straight into the next verse. The only real change in this song is for the last verse, where the ending is just a little bit longer. You repeat that last line, the D7 to G7, 3 times, and then finish on a C, and then quickly play a G7 and another C. So that last verse should end like this. Has anybody seen my girl? And that's how to play 5'2", Eyes of Blue. I've been the ukulele teacher. If you have any requests for future lessons, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I love you all and I wish you the best.